Hey YouTube, my name is Bigboysnacksjonnytv. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And tonight I will go over my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way to the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more rest of content on the channel, because I'm on the road to AK and the path to YouTube partner. Follow my social media down below in the description, and go check out my WWE NXT Roadblock review and highlights on the channel that I posted yesterday, because it was a good show yesterday. Without further ado, let's get started on my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. Now, AEW Dynamite was a solid show, and I give it a 4.5 out of 10. Now, AEW was live from Fresno, California, Save Mark Center. It says, "This is Jerome Allen covering roughly for the first 30 minutes of tonight's AEW Dynamite for Alice, for Alex. We go to right inside the arena as we kick off with the new international champion and Kenny Omega. The music of the new champ hits as Justin Roberts makes the introduction. Kenny Omega comes out to a big ovation as the pyro goes off. Kenny Omega greets the fans at ringside as he makes his way to the ring. Kenny Omega gives autographs and high fives to the fans. This is great to see him from front. Kenny Omega hits the ring and get the crowd hype up as he has a microphone in hand. The fans chant his name. He says that it's all still wild to him. He says that before the 2025, he would have just been happy standing in the ring. Say guys, if I am clear, I can try to do this again. Kenny Omega thanks the fans to support of the doctors. His friends Will Ospreay his friend Will Ospreay. He says not only is he back, he is back with something he thought he might not be able to hold ever again. Not just the title, but a single title. He says that there is one more person he needs to thank, and that is Takeshita. Kenny Omega says Takeshita pushed him harder, forcing him, dragging him back to that place. He would not have this belt or this mic. Kenny Omega then says that Takeshita make the international title an international title. Kenny Omega says that whoever has the belt should call themselves the best. Best Kenny Omega says he wants to face the best. Kenny Omega then close out with saying they are kicking things off with a bang. Kenny Omega music hits as he leaves the ring. Escobar runs down the international title eliminator. Kenny Omega is shown again signing autographs and high five fans as he heads to the back. Now that segment that was a very good promo by Kenny Omega. All right, the music of the ops hits as Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Hook make their way to the ring for our opening match of the night. Already in the ring is Vinny Pafico LT Vinny Pafico L Dinas and Gabriel Arios. This was a squash match. The bell rings as Samoa Joe brings up. I'm sorry, let me read that over. The bell rings as Samoa Joe brings it to Diaz with big punches and slaps. Joe tosses Diaz to the corner as Joe nails him with a back elbow. Hook is tagging. Vinny comes in and Hook takes it to him with right and lefts. Hook tags and Shibata, who drop, drop Darrow's and Vinny off the apron. He then chops Arrows and then nails him with a big running knee. He hooks in a sleeper then he hooks in a sleeper and then nails him with the PK to get the win. The winner by pinfall the ops. This was a squash match. We go backstage where Ricochet says that just because he got screwed at a Revolution, his championship quest is not over, and that he did not want that ugly role anyway. Ricochet then says that he entered the international title tournament. He tells Shibata to not even show up at Collision on Saturday, and that it is Ricochet's time, and that is a promise. We get a recap of AEW Revolution from this past Sunday, and we go to the cameras catching up with Swerve Strickland at AEW Revolution after defeating Ricochet. Swerve Strickland is asked when he will change the world title. Swerve says he will do it at Dynasty. Adam Copeland comes in and says that he didn't lose, and it could be him that faces for the title at Dynasty. So we go to commercial break. Back from the break, we go to the adventures with John Moxley saying that he scores the winning shot before the buzzer for in front of 11,000 people. He says that Christian should have never been in there. John Moxley says that whatever Adam Cole is made of, it is a where if he wants to complain about the rules. Take the rules. John Moxley says he will take the rules, and Copeland can take his excuses. John Moxley says that he underestimated Adam Copeland. John Moxley says he will not make the same mistake twice. AEW World Championship is on the line. Is on the line once again. The street fight between John Moxley and Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland on next week's AEW Dynamite. Up next is the music of Hologram, who comes out with Hologram. The music of Powerhouse Hobbs hits as he comes out next as the tag partner of Hologram. The music of Brian Cage his next his next as he comes out with Dralistico and the Beast Mataros. So we get Hologram and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Brian Cage and Dralistico. And this tag team match right here, this was hmm, I'm also say this was a decent tag team match. The bell rings and Hobbs takes it to Cage on the outside of the ring. Hobbs runs at Cage, but he moves and then connects with an elbow on Hobbs in the ring. Dralistico takes down Hologram. Dralistico chops Hologram and runs the ropes, taking down Hologram with arm drags. As Hologram gets up, he is chopped by Dralistico. Brian Cage is as tagging as Jericho charges at hologram. He is sent to the floor. Brian Cage comes in and picks up hologram, but he sends Brian Cage to the floor. Brian Cage then drops hologram and scoops him up and press him before tossing him into the apron. So we go to a full commercial break on Max. Alex here to tag in. Thanks again, Jerome. Back from commercial break, Dralistico is in control as he sends Hologram to the outside, distracting the referee while Motora starts to beat the luchador down until Hologram intervenes long enough down long enough for the beast to become a non-factor. Dralistico brings Hologram back into the ring, but Hologram counters to take him to the mat before making the tag to the powerhouse. Powerhouse Hobbs and Brian Cage stares each other down until the machine makes the tag. It's a house fight between former tag former team Taz pilots as they trade strikes until Hobbs sends Cage to the mat for a 2 count. Dralistico comes in to intervene, allowing Cage to send Hobbs down with a fall away slam before a hologram takes Dralistico to the outside. He goes after Brian Cage, but is met with a big power slam by the machine. Brian Cage turns his attention to Hobbs, but is taken out before Jalisco makes a tag for the cover, but the powerhouse kicks out. Brian Cage is in now and goes after the powerhouse until an integrity from hologram sends the machine to the outside. Jalisco trades some strikes with Hobbs, sending him to the corner for a springboard, but the powerhouse lays him down with a spinebuster for the victory. The winner by pinfall, powerhouse Hobbs and hologram. That was a I'm also say that was a decent tag team match. Catching up on AEW Dynamite, good opening promo from Kenny Omega, and I'm digging the tournament to sort of to sort out his next number contender next. Um, up, short Toros match to showcase the odds in a fun tag team match featuring a clash of lucha libre and power. Also, it was nice to see Harley Graham. All right, let's move on. We cut backstage to hear from the Hurt Syndicate who raised the question of who faces them next. After their win at AEW Revolution, MVP says no one works or plays harder than the Hurt Syndicate. It gives Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin the week off. Shelton Benjamin is good with this, though he suggests can to the stick to the to the no gym rule of no rule of time of the time off. I'm sorry, though he suggests can't stick to the no gym rule of the time off. We cut to a video package highlighting timeless Tony Storm and her feud with Mariah May, culminating in the Hollywood ending match at AEW Revolution. Now, Mariah May and Tony Storm feud has been one of the best in AEW. One of the best in AEW. That's all I gotta say. Back at ringside, the AEW Women's World Champion makes her way to the stage to a big pop from the crowd. She talks about the stitches and staples needed to recover from the Hollywood ending, but assure us that this tramp is still the champ. Tony Storm says a chunk of her heart will be gone forever, but the gold around her waist makes it well worth it. She says it's an honor to be our AEW Women's World Champion with such a talented locker room before addressing the other champions. She says the other world title is in a bloody briefcase. We have forever champ and belt collectors. But when you step in the ring with Thomas Tony Storm, you are stepping into a zoo. You won't hear Tony meow because she is no you know what cat challenging the women's locker room to step up to the champ and put your keys in a bowl, saying this title will always be timeless Tony Storm. Timeless Tony Storm gets the kids, but the champ is blindsided by Megan Bain. With the timeless one down on the stage, Megan Bain posed to a chorus of boos as we go to commercial break. Great promo from Timeless Tony Storm. The feud with Mariah May was a great one the past several months, which I agree. The attack from Megan Bain makes this an interesting way to follow up such a big story. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, and I agree with that. It says the feud between Thomas Tony Storm and Mariah May feud has been good for the past several months. So that's all I gotta say. So we go to commercial break. Back at ringside, the Beast Mortals is in the ring for our next match as we await the mystery wildcard opponent, and out comes Speedball Mike Bailey. The former TNA X Division champion makes his way down the ramp to a nice reaction from the Vicino crowd before Mike Bailey enters the ring to get this match underway. So we get the AEW International Title Eliminator first round match: the Beast Motors versus Speedball Mike Bailey. And this match right here, this was a fun match right here. This was a fun match. Mike Bailey shows a bit of respect to Motoros, but the Beast responded by landing to Speedball Mike Bailey with some big strikes. Mike Bailey starts to fight back, leading to a series of rapid fire kicks on the big man. Speedball chants as Motoro heads to the outside, only for Mike Bailey to go for a moonsault, but the Beast invades for a big shoulder tackle instead. Beast Mortalis gets back in the ring as the crowd boos while the referee begins to count. Mortalis has had enough waiting, leaving the ring to lay and Mike Bailey some more before Speedball Mike Bailey fights back with some chops. He sends the Beast Motoros back into the ring before climbing up top. Beast Motoros dodges the attack but misses a running charge on the following up, leading the speedball Mike Bailey, sending him back out of the ring as we go to commercial break. Full commercial break on Max. Back from the break, Mike Bailey is in the ring as Matos comes back in, only for Speedball to drop him with a canvas, drops him to the canvas for a running shooting star press and a near fall. Matos escapes the ring as Speedball hits the ropes, changing course ever so slightly while still taking the Beast to the floor. Back to the ring, Beast Matos is up on the turnbuckle as Speedball surprised Villado posts with a powerbomb for a 2 count. Mike Bailey goes back up but is intercepted by Motoros, hitting a pop-up Samoan drop. Motoros heads up to the turnbuckle, but Mike Bailey intercepts, only to be driven down hard with a press slam that gives Motoros a close 2 count. Motoros gets a discussed lariat block, but managed to fight back enough to catch it on the second try. Covered by the beast gets reversed to a near fall. For Speedball, who hits a moonsault knee drop on Motoros, followed by a big consent, crescent kick for the victory. All right, the winner by pinfall and advancing to next week's 4-way match, Speedball Mike Bailey. That was a fun match. What a match! What a fun match between Motoros and the debuting Speedball Mike Bailey. Big fan of the clash of style here with a Bailey powerbomb. Quite a surprise as well. Fun times and welcome to AEW. Speedball Bailey hashtag AEW Dynamite. We head backstage as Renee Paquette tries to get a word from Christian Cage about causing his title shot contract at Revolution, but Christian Cage refused to talk to anyone related to John Moxley. Renee Paquette walks away as the Patriot runs down the referee as he claims he specifically demanded a one-on-one title shot against Cope, claiming the clash then was involved and demanding his contract back. As he continues going on about this, he is interrupted by Nick Wayne, saying that Christian Case is just making excuses, and if he had stuck to the original plan, he would be world champion. He says Christian owes them an explanation and apologized. And Christian Case responded by shoving shoving Nick Wayne. Yeah, shoving Nick Wayne before his mother starts to intervene. Christian Cage wants her down before telling Nick Wayne to fall in line or there will be consequences. Walking away with Kip Saban as we're left with the Waynes before cutting away. We go to footage from the AEW. We go to footage from after AEW Revolution where MJF punches and breaks a mirror of anger for losing to Hangman Adam Page. And back at ringside, MJF heads down the ramp before calling for his music to be cut. MJF runs down Hangman Page and his fans before insisting the issue between the two of them are not over by a long shot. But he is soon interrupted by the music of the Hurt Syndicate as MVP heads down the ramp. MVP chants ring out as he stares down MJF before the two introduce each other and give a hug to some groans from the crowd. MJF asks how MVP has been doing, to which the latter obliged before saying he is proud of MJF. MVP talks about his history with MJF, who offered to drive MVP to a documentary shoot when the former AEW World Champion was just 18 years old. MVP shows some appreciation for the type of questioning MJF will ask about the pro wrestling business, something that came up later on as well. He also talks about how MJF has managed to accomplish everything he ever set out to do, and that's something MVP is proud of. But he is not proud of what is happening at the Revolution. He declares MJF for a winning to the people and not hurting people, claiming MJF has lost his edge. and the locker room doesn't respect or fear him. You know who they do fear though, the Hurt Syndicate, and that is something MJF is missing. MVP says that when he was handing his card to people before it was a way to introduce himself, but in this case, this is a golden ticket to success. He starts to hand the card to MJF, who politely refuses, saying he doesn't need MVP's help or his advice. He reminds everyone that he was the longest reigning AEW World Champion in history, and MVP emphasized the word was before handing MJF his card. MVP leaves the ring. And he leaves the ring as her syndicate music hits, and we go to commercial break after seeing MJF's starting staring the syndicate's businessman down. Okay, that was an interesting segment, to say that. At the least, the arrival of the Hurt Syndicate to AEW has been an obs- interesting subvision of expectations to the offer to MJF tonight, that keeps that streak alive by raising the question of whether the former world champion accepts or faces. All right, so we'll go to commercial break. Back at ringside, Maskcaster is here, and I can already feed the headache coming on. Maskcaster talks about he's unnecessary long chant before he running down the Frenzo crowd and opening the challenge for anyone to come in. And here comes Kanushka Takeshka making a beeline for the ring as this match gets underway. Alright, so we get the best wrestler alive open challenge. Maskcaster versus Kanushka Takeshka squash match. Maskcaster stops the Maskcaster stops the inventable beating by grabbing the mic again, insisting that he'll kill Takeshka before suggesting that the Alpha is here to invite him to the Don Callis family. He talks about the benefit of this, but sticks his foot in his mouth by saying he could do what Takeshka couldn't by beating Kenny Omega, which leads to the Alpha laying in a hard forearm strike for the cover, only to lift Maskcaster up, shouting at him in Japanese before setting him up for the power drive, power drive knee to pick up the win. The winner by pinfall, Kanushka Takeshka. This was a another squash match. That opening challenge sure was something. Hang on, I hear my inner innocent that that's 2 minutes that could have gone to the women's match. Yeah, I knew it. LOL. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. This was another squash match. We get a video package looking back at the Ring of Honor World Championship bout that never took place between Chris Jericho and Gravity, which lead to the involvement of Bandino and their family as Chris Jericho stole Gravity's mask. Back back Backstage, we hear from the new new Eve talking about the gravity of the situation with Bandito as he looks to stop people not taking him seriously anymore. From there, we head back to ringside as Willow Nightingale heads down the ramp for our next match, followed by Penelope Ford as we get this match underway. All right, so we get Willow Nightingale versus Penelope Ford, and this was a okay match. What it was, the two ladies go back and forth early on, with Willow taking advantage to pick up a near fall. Penelope Ford catches her in the corner for a kick to the spine, keeping Willow Nightingale grounded as she leaps over the ropes for a knee drop, driving Willow into the apron to keep her down as we go to a commercial break. So we go to full commercial break. Back from the break, Willow is back in control as she sends Penelope Ford to the corner for a splash. Willow Nightingale follows up by driving Penelope Ford to the cameras, but is only good for a 2 count. Penelope Ford counters out of a Dr. Brown, but Willow Nightingale blocks the backside for a gory special until Penelope Ford bites her to break free. She brings Willow Nightingale to the ropes for a submission until the referee calls for the break, and Penelope Ford follows up with a crossbody for a near fall. Willow Nightingale fights back for a power slam, but is only good for a 2 count as Penelope Ford rolls her up for a 2 count of her own. Both women are back up as they trade strikes, and Penelope Ford hits a stunner, only to be dropped hand with a pounce by Willow for the win. The winner by pinfall, Willow Nightingale. This was a okay match, what it was. Willow Nightingale celebrates until Penelope Ford leaves the ring for a steel chair, attacking Willow Nightingale with it until Chris Statlander comes running down for the save. This doesn't last long as Megan Bain comes down, laying out Chris Statlander with laying Chris Statlander out, and Willow Nightingale to make another statement after her attack on Storm earlier tonight. Nice, nice match between Will Nightingale and Penelope Ford tonight. Curious to have Megan Bain out here beating up Chris Stanliner and Will Nightingale after seeing her earlier tonight. I do wonder where things are going here. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Backstage, Renee Paquette talks to Mercedes Moné about her match at AEW Revolution before talking to Bayley Starks, who has a remark about learning not to get kicked in the throat before talking about her accomplishment as the Ring of Honor Women's TV champion before challenging Mercedes Moné to a title match next week. Mercedes Moné accepts but says that Billy will learn there is a price to pay when you mess with Mercedes Moné. We head to ringside as Tony Schiavone welcomes Will Ospreay to a big pop from the crowd. Will Ospreay talks about managing to survive the cage match, giving Kyle Fletcher kudos before telling us a story about dealing with his wife about jumping off the cage. Tony asks what's next for Will Ospreay, who addresses that Cope has a title shot next week again, and Swerve Strickland has his title shot at Dynasty, and that leaves Wells ready to wonder when he calls his shot. What does it matter What does it matter most? He looks he looks up at the odd in Texas banner up above, eventually stating his case to join the On Heart tournament this summer. He addresses the possible Cope, Swerve Strickland, or John Moxley being champs going into that event, before reminding us that Will Ospreay is on another level. Backstage, Renee Paquette is with Jay White, who addresses Will Ospreay, stating his case to be champion before suggesting they need to keep him away from the switchblade. He then talks about hitting Cope with the briefcase at AEW Revolution, something he insists was an accident. He then talks about the street fight for the world title next week, and Swerve Strickland claims as number one contender by saying that he will prove he deserves that shot in due time before walking off as well. We go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. We find ourselves backstage once more as Renee Paquette tries to get a word from Hangman Adam Page about his match at AEW Revolution only for MJF to interrupt. And Hangman Page confronts him over trying to light him on fire in his mask, slipping on Sunday on only for MJF to cut him off and talks about going on to other things while Hangman Page scratches and claws to the top, only to tumble all the way back down, wallowing in his self pity. He says that one day the people are going to be sick of waiting for Page to win the big one, but MJF will win it over and over again just to laugh at him from the top of the mountain. Hangman Page says we'll see about that, and we cut away. Good confrontation between Hangman Page and MJF after their big match at AEW Revolution. Between this and Moxley, sure heard a lot of talk of climbing mountains. One sec, I hear my inner my inner critic grumbling again. Darby is coming back soon, I'm sure of it. Yeah, probably. LOL. All right, we head back. We head back to ringside for our main event as Orange Cassidy comes down first in a nice reaction. Out next is Hurricane. Hurricane. Rico in this eliminator tournament bout is underway. So we get the main event of the evening, AEW International Title Eliminator first round match. Orange Cassidy versus Hickory Hickory. And this main event match right here, it was a fun main event. Fun fun main this match was fun. This main event this is a fun main event match, man. I was trying to get the words out of my mouth. Fun main event match between Orange Cassidy and Hickory. Hickory starts off by confronting Orange Cassidy into a round of offense, but the former international champion takes the acclaimment off his game with a fury of attacks, leading to an arm drag off the ropes. He takes Hurricane down for a near fall before the luchador leaves the ring, only for Orange Cassidy to forget a dive as we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Hurricane is taking control as he sends Orange Cassidy to the corner for some strikes, count, counting the attack to the ropes as he locks in a sleeper before Orange Cassidy manages to fights out of the hole, charging and his focus on the legs of Hurricane sends Orange Cassidy down hard before the former champ heads to the corner before a crossbody. Hurricane blocks a DDT, changing in a hammerlock before spinning Orange Cassidy around into a backbreaker for a near fall. Orange Cassidy fights back, setting up for a two DDT, but struggles back to his feet. He has a hurting force Orange Cassidy the, out of doing the orange punch, going up top for an elbow drop instead, and Hickory catches him with an armbar attempt on the mat. Orange Cassidy wiggles out, but the Klansman transitions to another hold, forcing Orange Cassidy to reach for the bottom rope for the break. The Luchador argues the count with the referee as Orange Cassidy gets back to his feet before Hurricane catches him on his shoulders, only for Orange Cassidy to break free, catching the acclaimment. The acclaimment. What's that? The acclaimment with a mousetrap for the pin and the win. The winner of the match by pinfall and advancing to next week's four-way Orange Cassidy. This was a fun main event match. Any chance of a celebration is cut off by the rival of Speedball, Mike Bailey, and smiles on his face after advancing to next week's big four-way final as AEW Dynamite comes to a close. Really fun main event between Orange Cassidy and Hikarico. Whether the results was a given can be debated by the match itself was a good clash of their respectful style. Big fan of the Hurricane whenever he completes, but it's Orange Cassidy advances to the four-way finals next week. And having a new signing in Speedball Mike Bailey shows up just to sort of be there was a weird way to close the show. If only because there wasn't much to it beyond it. Here's the other guy who has advanced to this tournament. Haha, still good main event for a fun AEW Dynamite coming out of. Alright, and AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Let me get my honest opinion what I think about AEW Dynamite. Now, AEW Dynamite was a solid show, and I give it a AEW Dynamite was a solid show, and I give it a 4.5 out of 10. If you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review on highs, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning to the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content on the channel like this, because I'm on the road to AK and the path to YouTube partner. And go check out my AEW Revolution AEW Revolution review and highlights that's up on the channel. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kids, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will make a 3-minute YouTube short video of me showing you guys my thumbnail twice in the video. So have a great night. Stay too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.